Hello everyone and welcome to another episode on the Paperhats Survival Multiplayer server. My name is Glitch. Well, it is a gorgeous day here in the shattered savanna of Talaria, and I have been busy at work with some improvements here at our castle on the plateau. Now, one of the things that I have decided is that I wanted to start making this castle, or at least start working towards making this place look a little more livable and less like a collection of random redstone builds and farms scattered throughout the plateau. So to that end, one of the first things I did was to tear down our little micro lava farm with the dripstone here in the corner, and I set up a somewhat larger unit here next to Harbor Light, where we can basically, since at the time of this recording, there is no way to automate having the lava drip down and then collecting it once the cauldron is full, I went ahead and set up a line of cauldrons so that I can just, as they fill up, just run along and collect the lava, and then easily walk them into Harbor Light to go into the auto smelter. And incidentally, because of all of the, first off, AFK time, but secondly, just how much time I've been around the base, I wound up filling up all 3 chests of our kelp farm, and the lava has definitely helped to catch up on all the smelting I've had to do and still maintain Harbor Light's commitment to renewable energy. But that being said, another thing that I have decided is I wanted to try and figure out how to still incorporate some of the farms and things that I do want and need. I mean, I still haven't figured out what I can do with the tree farm, but for now, I don't really have an issue with it being right here in the center of everything. But I thought, since this is a castle and I'm going to have all of these towers kind of placed in around the castle as we build the walls, why not use those towers to house some of the farms and builds? So the first experiment with this was to move the cow crusher, which used to sit right here, and it went, well, but then once I cleaned up the mess, I was able to get the cow, or some of the cows, and just breed them again into this space here, which again will eventually be one of our towers, and I'll just build it up next to the villager breeder. I've also been kind of toying with different designs for pathing, which is something, being honest, I've never actually tried before, but it's been an interesting experiment. One other idea I had that I wanted to place within the towers was to go ahead, and I really love the look of dripstone, but it seems like it is a harder block to find within 1.17, or at least in this world seed I've had a little bit of trouble finding it. So I decided to set up a simple dripstone farm where if you put water above the dripstone rather than lava, it will cause the pointed dripstones to grow down. Once they get in front of the observer, the pistons fire out, they break the dripstone, which go down to the hopper line and are collected here in our chest. And this eventually will be another one of the towers, but I wanted to kind of get a proof of concept before I enclosed it. Beyond that, I've been working some more, like I said, with some of the pathing and actually trying to make the castle a little less, just a jumble of little cliffs and crags and things like that. But for today, one of the big things I want to work on getting set up is, well, like I said in the last episode, right now, I don't have a house. So I think one of the first things I want to do in this episode is just work on getting a place set up for me to lay my head. So let's get started. Welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed the time lapse. That was a lot of fun to adapt a favorite design for this castle And the more I look around this place, the more I'm starting to kind of come up with an identity for this castle. And I think in time we're going to come to know this place as Shatterstone Keep. And I think that's because the primary thing I'm working with is stone, and we're in the Shattered Savannah. Possibly a bit corny, but, I'm kind of liking it. Now, this design isn't original. I used a design from plots.co.uk. It is a great site for generating Minecraft structures and kind of plotting them out and really figuring out how you want them to look. I'll put a link to that website down in the description if you want to check it out. There's a lot more that they offer, but this was just a design I used on our family world a long time ago, and it was fun just to bring it over. Now, a couple of things that I did was I wound up adding in some more copper because I had some left over, but also I decided to leave the copper blocks up top unwaxed, and I'm going to let them age some and wax them so that they add a little bit of color to the top of the build. Unfortunately, one thing I did realize is that I designed this thing to be just a little bit taller than the cloud line. So they, unfortunately, because clouds do clip through solid objects in Minecraft, they unfortunately will clip through the inside of the roof there. But I can live with that. But let me give you a quick tour of what is my new home. So here on the ground floor, I decided to use a favorite entrance, my diagonal piston door, and just because it's a great addition to a build like this, and I just had a lot of fun with it. I'll leave a link in the description to that tutorial if you want to add in something like this to a tower for yourself. But here on the first floor, I decided to add in a little bit of a food prep area. It's not completely finished, but I decided that I was tired of having my food kind of scattered in chests around the base. And so I decided to just add in an area to cook it up and also just add, the meats and the veggies and the sweets, just so I could have a one-stop shopping for food as I went on. Now, yes, I'm probably going to stick to golden carrots, but it never hurts to have some extra food around at base. Now, moving upstairs to the second floor, I decided to go with kind of a little workshop area, and also something I really enjoy is just having a little bit of a desk. Just for the fun of it, it's fun to just be able to sit down and on different worlds I've had and servers I've been on, I've actually, just tapped out thoughts of what's going on in a book and quill and just kind of kept almost a journal. Nothing super personal, but just fun thoughts or just milestones within the world itself. And it's just been a fun thing to add into the world. Then, moving upstairs, I have my bedroom, which has, of course, my bed and an ender chest and a little bit of storage. But the other thing I decided to add in was, instead of putting in a little side chamber like the design originally called for, it just seemed cool to just add in a balcony so that you can just come in and just kind of relax, see what's going on, just to make this place a little more like a home than just an extra bit of space for storing chests and things like that. Last up, if we go upstairs to the attic, I decided to put in a little room for my treasures. Now, these aren't anything that will be especially significant to the server. However, they are significant to me. Things like a spare set of diamond armor, and this armor here is actually the first iron armor we had in this world. Then some gold armor, and in time I may add in netherite armor, or perhaps even some of the specialty armors like displaying an elytra or things like that. But the other thing I decided to go with was to do something that I have done in several other of my worlds, and that is add in a display of all the ores possible in the game. And I decided to go with putting them here in the regular versions. I even went to a mountain biome to get my hands on a little bit of emerald ore and a little bit of deep slate emerald ore, which, let me tell you, this stuff here was really hard to find. Emerald ore itself was hard, but man, I dug forever to find just a few pieces of this. But then also I have the other deep slate variants on the other side. And they're kind of organized in the order of how deep or how common they are, going up through to diamond. And then I added in some of the nether variants. We'll get to that a little bit more in a few moments. But the other thing I wanted to do was, oops, I didn't want to put that there. I wanted to put that here. The other thing I wanted to do was add in a few things and try to find a few things that I have either never found within a world or just things that are around the server, items that are just hard to come by and just are part of the treasure and the fun of playing Minecraft. So one of the things that I really wanted to get my hands on, and in truth, I have never actually held in the game, is a nether star. And at the risk of being anticlimactic, that means I need to fight the Wither. But I'm a little nervous about trying to fight it on a server, considering the fact that there are lots of people who have been building farms and homes and builds all around the server, and I don't want to mess anything up. So I think we're going to go ahead and use the Wither Killer to get our hands on this thing. That being said, I'm still nervous doing this because I've never done this before. So, okay. So you put your soul sand here. I'm going to use 3 of the Wither skeleton skulls I got a hold of for our the build contest. And, whew, okay. Crack the back. Do some stretches, and here we go. 1, 2, and let's rock. Okay, and he's filling up, and here we go, and it's going to blow, and come on. Oh! Okay, now, I went ahead and got my hands on the Smite 5 sword, too. Wow, that is really loud. Okay, yeah, you, and... Where's my nether star? Yes! Okay. And, you know what? Just for fun, we're going home dressing Wither style. What do you think? Okay, let's head for home. In all seriousness, I don't want to sound anticlimactic for this episode because I have other plans and they're going to take a lot more time. So let's go ahead and dive in, jump home. Love the fact that you wind up right where you last slept, which brings you home. And I think we're going to go ahead and, first off, hang up our Wither star. And second off, take that off and place that right there. Awesome. Okay. That is one treasure down. The other thing I wanted to do today, though, and like I said, I didn't want to be anticlimactic with using a Wither Killer for the fight, but honestly, I don't want to mess up what someone else has done. I'm just afraid of the fight going sideways, and well, the server mates are friends, so I don't want to mess anything up. But that being said, earlier I mentioned the fact that we have some of the nether variants of the ores, because I have like the nether gold, nether quartz, and ancient debris. But also one other thing that I have never laid my hands on in this world is right here, is what should be right here. And that is actually some black wool that I use as a placeholder block, because what I want to get my hands on is some gilded blackstone. Now, unlike a Wither, where you can use the game's mechanics to get your hands on the prize item relatively safely, yeah, there's no way to get a hold of that stuff outside of a Bastion, which means, yeah, we're doing some exploring. But I think we're going to have to get a little bit of help for that. Here, Stridey. Here, Stridey. Come here. Come here. Yeah, come here. Hi. Okay, and let's go ahead and put a saddle on you. And you know what? All right, Sue. All right, and... okay, this boat has legs. And we are off. So now I'm just going to go searching for the Bastion. And Here's hoping we find one without too much trouble. So I'm going to keep the camera running in case anything interesting happens, but beyond that, I'll meet you there. Sweet! And looky here what we have found. Wow, I am actually downright surprised it's this close to... I've got a nether fortress right there, and I've got a... This looks like a housing units bastion? Yeah. Now, one other thing I am going to make mention of is the fact that though I am more than willing to look for loot in the bastion, what I'm looking for here... What I'm looking for right here is that stuff right there. Now the other thing is, I honestly don't know if these bastions have been looted. Because, well, at this late in the season, you have no way of knowing. Let's get a little closer here. Oop. Okay, Strider, you stay here. Let's go ahead and... that's not what I wanted. No. Don't kill my Strider. Okay, let's go ahead and... Oop. Try to make you a little pen here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and pop that. Okay, now let's take that out. And... Oop, ah! Okay, now I'm going to try and do this without dying. Whew, okay, now. Try to do this carefully. Oh, the power of shift. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm more than willing to look for loot in this place. However, the primary thing I'm looking for is that lovely ore right over my shoulder. That being said, that does mean that the piglins are probably going to get a little mad when I start mining this stuff. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look around, but also I have no way of knowing whether or not the piglin brutes are in here, because coming in this late in the season, it's possible this place has already been looted. But let's go ahead and look around and see what we find. Okay, here we go. Alright, here we are. Chest number 1. And thus far, I haven't heard anybody around. Starting to wonder if this place is a new bastion. But we'll find out here in a moment. Let's see what we got. Oh my. Yes please. Definitely take the gold. Definitely take the gold block. Bone blocks ain't nothing to sneeze at. And a diamond pick with mending. Let's go ahead and leave that here. Leave that... I don't really need the obsidian. You know, I'm going after loot, so we're just going to go with whatever we can find. Now, let's go ahead and... Oddly enough, I don't hear any piglins. Yeah, because there is the netherwort garden that's supposed to be part of the housing units. I know I'm not crazy, but I'm hearing the piglins, but I don't see any of them. Famous last words, I know, but what we're going to do is we are going to make a little safety box here. Okay, so chest number 2 and 3, these are up top in kind of the ramparts. I hear the piglins, and when I've broken blocks, they've gotten mad, but to be honest, I'm still trying to figure out where in the world they could be. But nonetheless, I've got myself in a little safety box here. Let's see what we find. Lots of arrows. Spectral arrows. Chains. Some gold boots. I'll leave this there for a second. And more arrows. And some gold armor. Well, I'll toss those in there. Oops. Might as well grab the obsidian since I'm here. We'll leave that here. Grab the nuggets. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and block of iron. So speed running this would be great. Okay, we're going to do this. Okay. You know what? I'm in a safety box. Let's grab the ender chest. And grab the shulker box just for this adventure. So let's go ahead and pop that down and pop the loot in here. More gilded blackstone. Okay, drop that in there, that in there. You know what? I might as well. Oh, wait, a sharpness 5, so a sharpness 5 sword that's already half used. That's a new one. Let's go ahead and drop this stuff in here. We'll leave that in there. And actually, no, I need to keep the blackstone out because I'm going to run out of blocks eventually. And you know what? I might as well grab the chains. Little bit fuddled by the, little weirded out by the, yeah, they didn't like that. Or that. Where are you, boys? Stairway to nowhere. Is that the same Bastion? Yes, it is. And oddly enough, I don't see any piglins wandering around. Hello, boys. There they are, way up there. Well, let's see if I can get you to come down here. You can't. Okay. Nope. There's like 2 of you. That's it. And neither of you are the fruit. I really don't care about the, I really honestly don't care about the loot or any of the specialty stuff. What I really came here for is the gilded blackstone. So, I'm just going to grab as much of that as I can. Seriously, there is like nobody home. Oh, this place is a health and safety nightmare. Okay. Now, this is kind of the middle of the road, so I'm going to go ahead and... I can do that. Oh, a little more gold? Curse of vanishing. And might as well grab the string. Ooh, and a free crossbow. I'll take it. Okay, I think that's going to be the last piece I'm going to go for. Alright. Mission accomplished, and though the piglins are here, they seem to be, in short supply. So you know what? I think it's time to take our loot and head for home. Strider, ho! Well, I got home, and guess what? I haven't slept in a while. Go away. Alright, so, I guess I haven't slept in a little while, and, oh, what? Wait a minute, what? I forgot that. Patches, you little wonderful kitten, you. Phantoms are scared of cats. That's right. That's right. Fear the guard cat. Okay, so here we are at home, and now it is time. With all the loot we had, it's not the greatest. I mean, I wouldn't have minded finding a treasure room, but to be honest, I didn't have all that much time, and this episode's taken long enough to get out. Life has been a little crazy lately, but it just felt good to be out there and to have an adventure. With that being said, actually, you know what? Where'd I put that? Here it is. In honor of Stridey, we're going to go ahead and hang our warp fungus on a stick, and then, with that, our wall is complete, and we now have all of the ores within Minecraft on display in our treasure room. That was a lot of fun to get out and have an adventure. Granted, I wouldn't have minded finding a treasure room, but you know what? I'll take what I can find. And still, we got what we were looking for. But now that we have a roof over our head and a treasure room that will fill up over time, it's time to start really knuckling down and working on finishing up this castle. I've got a few more projects in mind, but as most of you probably know, 1.18 is on its way. In fact, the snapshots have been rolling out for quite a little while now, which means I want to try and finish up some of the projects and ideas that I have floating around in my head for the rest of Shatterstone Keep. But for today, that's all the time I have. So that will have to wait for next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. And also consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. My name is Glitch, and I do hope I'll see you next time for the next episode on the Paperhats Survival Multiplayer server. Thanks for watching.